Oh, the gravy powder has congealed into a lumpy mess. I got some serious doubts about this meal, but we'll see. You know, it occurred to me recently that most of my rides these days, or many of my rides these days at least, are around 3 or 4 hours. And I'm quite fortunate in that, at least while I'm riding, my stomach is fairly durable. So I'm okay fueling myself with energy gels or energy bars. But it kind of made me think maybe I should be making a little bit more of an effort with my nutrition to be maybe just a bit more adventurous. At first I considered, because it's Christmas or Christmas time anyway, I could cook a turkey, but yeah, maybe a budgerigar or something like that, but not a turkey. So then I thought, well, let's forget the whole Christmas thing and let's think more Canadian. And what is more Canadian than poutine? Maybe I'm wrong. If I am wrong, please feel free to leave me a message in the comments below, but as far as I'm concerned, I don't think there's much more Canadian than poutine. So I don't have any cheese curds, so instead I'm using brie. That's posh, that's living for you. The little stove I'm using is called a jet boil, and normally you have this, I guess it's like a mug, insulated mug that goes on the top of the stove itself. But I got a little adapter, which is like a set of legs that then means you can actually fry stuff on it, because without that, this system, although it's really good for like heating up water and cooking soup, and it does it really quickly, it's not very versatile, because you know you couldn't do this in here, and you couldn't cook anything more substantial in there. So that little foot, I'll point at it with the knife, this thing, which cost me I believe $14, has really added to the versatility of this this system. So let me just explain a little bit about this area that I'm in. This is Boyd Park. It's I think I'm up on the top of the hill. I don't know if the GoPro is going to pick it up, but there's houses up there. This is just north of Toronto. Yeah, that's the Humber River, and it's actually quite a lot higher than normal, but the rivers are a really nice feature, and it's a great place to, you know, although you're close to home, it's a great place to get away from the city. It's a decent place to cycle. I can cycle all the way over that way, which is north, towards Kleinburg, which is what I will be doing, all on trails. They're quite busy because they're not too far away from populated areas, but you know, as long as you're not ripping along, they're perfectly decent. In the winter it feels like it's abandoned. I think maybe because there are so few people, but I guess that kind of gives it a pretty cool sort of quality. Okay, I have to turn this off for a minute while I change up this system so that I can boil water. And now, of course, I'm really worried that it's not going to start again. Put the brie on to let it start melting a bit. I'm really not so sure about this. think we got to a point where I can put the water on the gravy powder, and yeah, we'll see what happens. But at the minute this is just like a very thin broth, which is not at all how poutine should be. Yeah, I could tell that wasn't going to thicken up at all, because I'm guessing it's just not hot enough, so we'll warm it through again and see if we can get it anywhere near looking like a gravy. Otherwise, I'm going to be drinking poutine. Well, it's definitely thickening up. In fact, I think that's probably just about it. Okay. Oh boy, here goes nothing. Oh, that's actually really awesome. Boy, that tastes really good. The heat from the wasabi hot sauce is really coming through. Oh, that feels really good. And the gravy, which was a Bisto lamb gravy, I bought it when I was over in England. I'm not even sure if you can get it in Canada, but the gravy is really decadent. I think this is the first time I've eaten a meal, if we can call it a meal, wearing a bike helmet. The fries aren't very good. The fries, yeah, they probably could have done with a little bit more cooking, but yeah, they're not great. But overall, if it wasn't for the fries, this would be a good hard 7, maybe 7.5. With the fries, it's like a 6.5, but certainly very edible. Now there is an obvious elephant in the room. I call myself the cardiac cyclist for good reason. Most of you would know that I did have a cardiac arrest. It was almost 11 years ago now, which amazes me. And so I do generally take pretty good care of my health. And I also do advocate for other people who have had cardiac arrests to maximize and enjoy exercise as much as possible. That's why I really started the channel, I guess. This is not a very good example. This is a lot of processed foods. I mean, like the gravy was shop bought, packed with sodium. There's tons of cholesterol in here. This is not the sort of, and I actually made a really tiny portion as well. This is not the sort of thing that I eat every day. In fact, I would say the last time I had poutine was probably over 2 or 3 years ago. I can't even remember when. I haven't had it very often, I've got to admit. Just knew it was pretty simple to cook. But I wouldn't advocate for this as becoming a part of your regular diet. For one thing, it makes you unable to speak, apparently. But as a one-off, every now and again, just as a little bit of a reminder that you're in Canada, you know, there's nothing wrong with it. I love this spatula. It makes me feel enormous. My hands are actually really cold, so I'm gonna get my gloves on and keep them on for a while and hopefully be able to manipulate the cameras, or else it's going to be a very short film. Whoa. See, it's all just a little bit kind of run down. But in the summer it does get pretty well used. In fact, just ahead of me here, I once came into the park, I was running, and there was a massive Ferrari festival or get together with dozens of Ferraris, all various vintages. That was pretty cool. I survived the intense cold, probably due in a large part to the fact that I was full of poutine, but my hands were really sore by the end. I do hope you've enjoyed this slightly different video. If you have, please remember to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and I shall see you on the next ride.